What I wanted to ask you is when we did this movie, we did A Fine Mess.
Which movie? The one you're pointing at?
Yes, A Fine Mess.
Yeah.
With Blake Edwards. I was so excited to work with Blake Edwards.
Me too.
He wasn't in a good place at that time.
He was not.
No. And
he had Epstein-Barr. He was one of the first people to be diagnosed with that kind of very sad thing where you're depressed all the time and lethargic. I tell the story all the time. The very first day we looked at each other because he had his, I think we were at the racetrack, and he had his trailer about 20 yards away from where we were shooting. So he walked out, and he said, okay, let me see how you're going to do this. Usually you would have a big rehearsal. He'd say, let me see what you want to do. And we, okay, and we did the scene for him, and he went, great, light it, and walked back to his trailer. Then he came back once it was lit and said, action. And you and I did our scene. And then he said, cut. And he walked back to his trailer. And that 90% of the time, unless a camera fell apart or there was a camera problem, was what happened. Every time he said action, you and I were in the movie. Because first off, there were no close-ups, and he would.
So he did a master. They would like he'd go, let me see what you're going to do. Okay, light it. They would take forever because it was the master, and he would do like 2 or 3 pages in one shot.
Yes.
And there was no input. No. So, and this is my first big movie. This is I'll be nervous.
Maybe I was third or fourth for me.
But I was really nervous. Your Cheers was at its height, and you were a big star, and I was just so excited to be working with Ted Danson and Blake Edwards. And it was a massive set. It was like the production was, 2 miles of trailers going on forever and trucks and cranes. And we took over Hollywood Park, and it's my first day. And there's like the caterer has lobster. I've never been on a set like that was so overblown Hollywood. And then he comes out, the first thing he says is, show me how you're going to do this. And I look at you, and you say a line, I say a line, you say a line, I say a line. He goes, good, light it. And then I go back to no input, and we go back to the trailer and sit for like 5 hours while they light this.
Yeah.
And then we go do exactly what we did. He says, cut. You're saying walk back to the trailer. He walked back to a helicopter and flew back to Malibu. So I go, are we going to cover it? They go, no, he went home. He went home.
Yeah.
I was the most insecure I have ever been in my life.
Me too. And we'd have actors, guest stars come on and go, is this the way it always is? And we go, yep. Literally, when he said action, you knew you were going to be in the movie because he didn't cut to over the shoulders. It was always a roving master where something funny was happening in the background.
In the background, yes.
And you'd
Richard Mulligan.
Richard Mulligan, yeah. Yeah, it was wild.
It was really and we were sandwiched between, I think he had just done 10, and then after us he did like Victor Victoria.
Yeah.
He did 2 killer movies, and then during this depression. Yeah. Which I tell a story that he told me, and I don't know if it's his story, but it's a story that he told me that I've told it 1,000 times, but he told this great story, and it's the thing, I put it in my book, and it's the thing that stuck with me. He told a story about this guy that was in this incredible, you might have been sitting with me when he told the story. He was depressed, and he wanted to end it all, and he'd been going to this psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist said, I've tried hypnosis, it didn't work. We've tried medication, it didn't work. I've tried, exposure therapy, it didn't work. And this guy's in the corner, in the fetal position, just crying, and goes, I'm going to end it all. And the doctor says, please, 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 don't end it. Can we try one more thing? And the one more thing is the circus has come to town, and Bosco the Clown is there. And Bosco the Clown is the one, he has made the world laugh like nobody has ever made the world laugh.
Right.
Do you remember this story?
No, keep going.
He had made the world laugh like no, people have almost died laughing. And if you could laugh through your pain, there's an endorphin that is released through laughter that will just bring you to the height and might be the cure. I just have to try to make you laugh. And there's nobody on earth that has the power to make somebody laugh like Bosco. And I've got 2 tickets. Please, before you end it, let me just take you to see Bosco. And through his tears, this man gets out of the fetal position, looks up at the doctor, and says, Doctor, I am Bosco.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I know.
Oh,
And
that's an amazing
but
story.
It is an amazing story, and it stuck with me. And he told me that story, and I was thinking, that's you. That's us. But it's everybody who tries to make people happy
Yeah.
are always the. But it was the most beautiful.
It's not us. It's the stand-up in you. Stand-up
Yeah.
to me is that.
It's me.
Stand-up is Bosco.